All right, guys, take a look at this. This is my OMT overhead valve spring compressor removal installation tool set. Now, this set is made so that you can basically use air pressure to keep the valves in the upwards position. That's one way to use this. That's not how I'm doing it right now. So what I've done is I just have cylinder 1 and I believe also cylinder 4 at their highest position. So I'm going to do cylinder 1 and 4 valve spring removals so that I can get to the seals and redo the seals. Now, so what I've done here is I set up these OMT parts. I put a little bit of paper or a little bit of cloth underneath these bolts, and then what I found was that the little bolts that hold the AC or the windshield wiper coolant are actually like perfect for this, and so that's what I'm using, because the cam cover bolts themselves were too long. Now removing is the easy part, putting it back is the hard part. And when you're doing any kind of overhead or any kind of valve spring removal, you want to be really, really careful and mindful of the bearing surfaces. It's really easy to essentially to it's going to be very easy whoa, man, I didn't really, well, what I'm getting at is if you're not super careful, is it's easy to damage that bearing surface. And I'm just trying to get this magnet in here so that I can get, there we go, this little collar. Okay. And so I've got my little collar. I'm going to put it in the corresponding little compartment here. And now that I've got this off, I can take this back out. And so now the little top hat and the spring should come right out. Okay, and just so you can see what these parts are. So you've got this little kind of top hat, right? And then these little pieces are what keep the top hat from shooting off. And so now we've got the first seal kind of exposed, so that I can use one of these tools that came with this set. To grip onto that seal. And again, want to be really careful here not to damage this surface here or this bearing surface that the camshaft rides in. And once this is out, I guess we'll see how far down. Oh, okay, we got it. Yeah, we'll see if that valve will fall. And it hasn't fallen. So that's good. And we've got our seal out. So we're ready for a new one and then to be reassemblaged. So that's what this process is going to look like, guys. So all right, I'm going to cut this off now that I showed you how to how I removed that, and that's how I'm going to do. That's the method I'm going to use to undo all of these. Now the important thing is that when I do these center cylinders, I'm going to have to make sure that I raise up the pistons such that so that we don't have a chance of dropping a valve. So, and I guess we'll find out when I go to push a new one on there. I guess we'll find out, you know, how much movement there is. But right now, there's not a whole heck of a lot holding that valve up. So, to be continued. Stand by. All right, people. So next up, taking one of my new seals from this little set of L-ring valve seals that I got. And the first thing I'm going to do is just using this little syringe. I'm just going to lube these things up just a little bit with some oil. Just a little bit. And going to place this little cap over the valve, because we don't want the ribs of the valve to damage the seal as we push it on. Okay. And then now that we've got that there, we want to try and find a deep socket, maybe like a 12 possibly, maybe an 11. Okay. And just trying to seat that there in place. And then I want to pull this back out. Okay. Okay. So we've got our new seal seated. And look at, you can tell that right there is as far down as the valve will go right now. Okay. So what we're doing with having the cylinders up, at the moment at least, it's working, at least for this side, kind of proved that this is an okay method. Now the really tricky part is putting this back. So there's no easy way, I don't think. But what I have found is that tweezers are your best friend here. Specifically some like this, and maybe like this. So the super pointy kind of curved tweezers, and one of the big differences in doing it this way versus off the car is, at least with this mechanism, I have to hold continuous pressure downwards. So I'm not sure how this is going to go, guys. Bottom line, I'm not sure. I'm going to try and get any debris that I can from the cleaning off of this thing. In fact, just spray some carb cleaner on there. And I did get my vacuum attachment out in between. Okay, and so now what we've got to do is I got to get these little halves ready and positioned. Gonna have to have a magnet at the ready, which in this case I actually think I would rather use a smaller magnet. So I might use one of these little Chinesium ones. Kind of have that here. And need to get my little apparatus here. I have my tweezers at the ready. And this needs to go like so. Okay. And now is the really, really tricky part, guys, because what we have to do, and what makes it so tricky is I'm only able to use one hand right now. And it's almost impossible to get this right the first time. Okay, fortunately we've got a little bit of magnetism helping us. Okay, wow. All right, so we've got one, and now we have to get the other half. And we have to do it without knocking the other one that we've got seated off. Nothing easy about this. No way. And we did it. Okay, that's one. Just 15 more to go. All right. I don't think I'm going to make you guys watch all of this, but that's exactly how I'm going to do this. So we've got one swapped out, and this tool seems to work. If I have any issues with this side, any issues with the valves dropping down to where I can't do the job, I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. And this method seems to be working. It's just not easy. So, all right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.